Um, oh, it's amazing how blind I am. I couldn't be prouder of a group of guys than I am this group. Um, After New York, it would have been very easy to pitch a tent and say we're done. You don't want to fight very hard. This group has done just the opposite, and some of the best practices of the year. Um, Nice to be able to practice, but just get the energy back in practice that allows you to improve and get better. Um, I think today was everything we talk about in our culture. We're up one at half. We've shot 32%. We haven't made a shot, and all of them were really good shots. And 10 offensive rebounds. Um, the emergence of Trey White getting back to Trey White, Kylan Boswell. Um, Somebody told me 23 or 24 rebounds from our guards. That's pretty special. 62 points and a half. I think we had 60 at Indiana. But I told our guys what what really impresses me is the fact that they've kept listening and they've kept working and Ben Humerkaus gets going. I thought it's the best game Kylan Boswell's played in our uniform yet. I thought Tommy in his limited minutes because of foul trouble was a dominant player in the first half with 5 assists um, but I thought we guarded and made things hard we were going to give Vlad some baskets, but I thought we did a good job on Amari and Donaldson.
Brad, there was 9 straight minutes when Tommy was out, and that would seem like not a great thing going against Vlad. But what did that group do in those 9 minutes to, have a 30-15 advantage?
That's Ben, and Ben got to his fronts. We fronted him. Um, his Ben's defense and his rebounding were better than his offense. Yes, he hit 3 threes and or whatever he hit, but yeah, made three, but his defense and rebounding were tremendous. And giving up 25, 30 pounds and 2 or 3 inches, but I thought it was our team defense, and then I thought it was the rest of the guys rebounding the basketball and helping Ben fight through that. As he was just trying to block out Vlad and make sure he didn't get it if he missed. But pretty special, pretty good performance right there.
Could you just comment on the offensive rebounding? Obviously, it's a major factor.
Yeah, it's what we've been doing all year. It's what our whole system is based on, is the ability to go rebound the basketball when you miss it, and we're going to shoot it, and we're really really good at shooting twos, but we're not good at shooting twos if we don't shoot threes, and we have to go rebound those things. And I told our team at halftime I felt like we were in a great spot. We needed 10 offensive rebounds in the second half, and I thought we would win. I told him that, but I also told him that the stats were in our favor because we'd missed so many good looks, and I know what these guys shoot, and I know we're going to make some shots, and lo and behold, that happened. So, but offensive rebounding is the whole key to what we try to do, and it's been that way all year.
What do you feel like it took to maybe start making shots at a level that you see every day in practice, but hadn't maybe seen in games consistently?
I don't know. I wish I do. I think it's just I don't know. I wish I had the book because I make sure it was on. That we went to that chapter every time. But I'm not worried about it. I know. We got a donor on this trip, and he was just laughing watching us today and shoot around because we never missed. And I know we're really good shooters, and it just clicked. But I think it started from our defense. I think it started with the energy that we provided on the offensive glass.
What can you see Kylan to play like this at this point in the season? And is there anything that's different about him now than maybe a month ago or whatever?
There's a lot different with him. I think his swagger. I think some of the defensive adjustments have helped him. But he's playing with so much confidence, and just as you know, his bravado on the court. I just feel good when he's out there. I feel good when he's guarding somebody that they're going to have you know a challenging night. But when he rebounds and he's finding ways to score in all sorts of ways, and that's just it's fun to see.
I guess what can seeing shots fall do for this team? So especially now when it's March and maybe you need them to.
Yeah, I mean it's the way we're built. I don't want to. I'm sure not going to rely on that, but I'm excited that we've got the ability to go do that. And we've thrown up 60 in Bloomington and 62 in Ann Arbor. It's what this team's capable of doing if we find that that rhythm. But again, it's just nice to kind of not have to fight everything else we've fought for the last 5 or 6 weeks with the illnesses, and being able to practice and create an energy in practice that we know can carry over to a game. And maybe that's it. Maybe just keep practicing like we're practicing.
On paper, it seemed like Wolf was maybe the toughest matchup heading into this game. What did you want to do to make it hard on him, and who are some of the guys that contributed to that?
Yeah, Kylan was the main culprit, but there's a reason Kylan played 37 minutes tonight. We felt really good that matchup. We knew we could maybe get hurt on the glass a little bit with that, but Danny plays pretty much like a guard, and we didn't feel like if he wanted to post Kylan all day, we felt okay. Kylan did a pretty good job on Cooper Flag in the post, so we felt good about that. He got a bucket or two, but we basically just treated him as a point guard and didn't worry too much about it.
Brad, that felt like a gut check moment after New York for your team. What did you see in the days after that could have shown that this was coming? What have they shown you in these last 2 games?
Well, I've said all year I liked our group, and I liked the character of our group. That one will rock you. That'll test your mettle. That'll, whether you just go lay down in the fetal position and I've known guys to do that. This group, really on 12 hours. We got home at 2:30. We were practicing at 2:00. 12 hours later, we were on the floor. We decided to make the changes, and we talked about it, and then we went out and a 2.5-hour practice. And this group has been incredible since that, and not everybody can have a group like that. I'm blessed I get to have a group like that. So I don't need a pat on the back for them. They do. They need a pat on the back for rallying and staying connected and staying together.
Is there any player in particular that's sort of
No,
spearheaded?
it's a collective group. This group has been phenomenal, and especially for one that's as young as they are, that one could have rocked you. But pretty good.
The bravado with Kylan is different now. The team, do you feel like this maybe a swagger back moment, or that a win like this can be that going forward?
I hope so. I think so. I mean, that's a pretty happy locker room. It's been a long time since we've seen that one like that, and it's a really good basketball team. And one that's playing for a league championship. A lot of they're old and veteran, and that was they had a lot to play for today, and we just kind of got them on their heels, and so I hope it is.
Brad, the calendar flips to March. Is there different urgency for this team to flip to?
Most teams, yes. I don't know if this team knows. We haven't talked about seeding. We haven't talked a second about. We really haven't about postseason. They don't even know what. Most of them probably don't even know what a seed is. For us, it's just literally as a coaching staff, it's been, trying to get them to play like we practice, and to get them to practice the back the right way, all connected and with energy. It just happens to be March, so it's a good thing. I think we as coaches that have been through all this know what some of those things are, but I'm sure not trying to clutter their heads with anything but just getting better right now.
As a coach, to play two of your best games in a while, give them the time of year that's.
Yeah, you're only one thing in March. You're only as good as your last game, and you want to be playing your best. And tonight was, was a good one. And we got a couple days where we can get better again and practice and finish the regular season off against a defending league champion.
Maybe you haven't been rebounding as well as you did today. Just was there a point of emphasis, something you saw that was different?
I don't know. We do drills every day. I just think we changed some of the drills and made them really, really competitive. And I thought the level of our competition and practice was better than it's been in a while. Because I was really disappointed in the Iowa game. When you turn the ball over one time, we did in the second half, and you get 19 offensive rebounds, you got a chance to score 62 points in a half, and you got a chance to lead at half on the road when you offensive rebound and you shoot 32%. So I think those are the things we want to keep building on with this group. It's the recipe.
What's this Kylan do for Will and KJ in particular, especially
Wow.
offensively?
It's just he's Will's growth is helping Kylan, and Kasparis, it's taking some of the load off of what he has felt for a while in terms of having to score. I mean, I didn't think Kasparis had a great game tonight, and he had 17. He guarded Donaldson all night. And, we forget he's 18 years old and he's a freshman. That's a pretty good night on the road in Ann Arbor. And so both of those guys, and now I think Trey's emergence, it's just doing what he does best. He's found ways to get to the basket. He's getting to the foul line again. He's great, looks great shooting it. But it's his defense is where he's spectacular.
Will seems to be finishing it a lot stronger at the rim. Can you get stronger during the season? I mean, you're just kind of lifting to maintain.
No, when we don't lift to maintain. You say that in front of Fletch, he might cut your head off. But we lift to get stronger, and that's what we do. But Will's. I mean, we weigh every day, so it's weight monitor and nutrition. But I think he's just more confident. I think that he's not afraid to take a hit. Knows he's not going to break. I think experience has helped with that a great deal, and he's a focal point of everybody trying to stop him. So he's playing at a high level.
One game in the next 11 or 12 days. What's that mean for your team?
Practice, keep building. Nothing else. It's at this point, it's the opportunity. We'll see what Merez's future looks like in that time frame, and it's a great opportunity for him to if he's able to do it. It's a great opportunity for him to get his feet wet as well.
We have 4 guys with 4 or 5 assists. I mean, how unique is that, man, in teams you've had where you can run offense through that many?
Yeah, it was one of the plans we had tonight. Was we knew with those 3 guys, KJ and Bam and Will, that we could put them in ball screens, and that we could we could try to exploit some different what we thought were advantages. They switched 4 ways, so we were able to get to a lot of that. But again, you got assists when the ball goes in, so it's nice to see guys get some assists.
This one of your favorite
This will be our
buildings
last
in the Big
one
Ten?
here.
Oh, very much so. It's what 5 is that what we've done? I think 5. So Derek told me that, but you're only as good as the year that you walk in here and play. I'm really proud of this group today because they've done a lot of good things.
Yeah, we'll go